everybody, guess what? Tonight we're making zesty mini crab cakes with a broccoli slaw. I'm Jo Michaels, the baking author. Welcome back to the kitchen. I am pretty excited about this because I do love me some crab cakes. So first of all, we're going to read the recipe. Again, this is supposed to be a 30-minute recipe, so we shall see. I'm going to read the recipe, grab the ingredients, and we'll get to rocking and rolling. Zesty mini crab cakes from Woman's Day. Ingredients: 1 large egg, a half a teaspoon of dry mustard, a quarter teaspoon of hot pepper sauce like Tabasco, 9 saltine crackers crushed, about 1/3 of a cup, and 8 ounces of lump crab meat, 1 scallion or green onion finely chopped, 2½ teaspoons of grated lemon zest. If you see me doing this a lot, it's because my glasses tend to slide down my nose, and that's how I smoosh them back up there. Pardon me. A 1/4 cup of chopped fresh flat leaf parsley, that's a mouthful, fresh ground black pepper, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, my Louisiana accent's kicking in there, 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of capers rinsed and chopped. I believe I have all of this on hand. Pretty sure I do. So let's get my garbage bowl and we'll get to collecting some ingredients. Before I get started with that, the time is 5:37. By all accounts, we should be done with this by 6:07. Okay, we're going to start with the dry mustard. And my hot pepper sauce, which may be in the fridge. Looks like it is. I'm going to need salt, pepper, no. Weird, I guess it's because of the saltines. Come on, bowl. Come on, list. Okay, whew, that took a minute. Had to go dig the capers out of wherever they were. Oh, I need a tablespoon. Hang on a second. 1 tablespoon coming up. Cha-ching. I got my 1/4 cup measuring cup and my 1/4 teaspoon, but forgot the measuring spoon. Okay, now it says heat the broiler. Line a baking sheet with nonstick foil. In a large bowl, whisk together egg, mustard, and Tabasco, and then stir in the cracker crumbs. Add crab, scallion, 1½ teaspoons of lemon zest, half the parsley, and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and toss to combine. Shape the mixture into 1½ inch cakes, each about 1/2 inch thick, and place on the prepared baking sheet. Put a thin pat of butter on top of each cake and broil until cooked through 4 to 6 minutes. Now I have a problem with this because it didn't say how far away from the broiler to put your rack, so I have no idea what's going on there. Meanwhile, in a small bowl, mix together mayonnaise, lemon juice, capers, and remaining lemon zest and parsley, and serve it with the crab cakes. Okay, here we go. We have in here the egg. Since there's nothing else in there, I'm just going to break that egg right into there. Mustard. There's a 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard. Could not find my 1/2 teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'm using my 1/4 teaspoon, and I will just do 2. Alright, dry mustard in. Then it wants a 1/4 teaspoon of hot pepper sauce. I couldn't find my Tabasco, so I'm using this Tapatio? I don't know. This one. And it wants me to measure out a 1/4 teaspoon of that. We're just going to go for it just like that. That's about a 1/4 teaspoon, I think. This stuff's impossible to measure. Alright, 9 saltine crackers crushed. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. heel of my hand to crush the crackers. I don't know how well crushed they have to be either. I don't know if they're supposed to be like a powder or if they're supposed to be like pieces of cracker in there, because it does not say. It just says crushed. I took them to like that consistency. Does that look okay? You think? Fingers crossed. Okay, let's whisk. That's a little gloopy. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to whisk anymore. I feel like that would tear up the crab. All right, stir in cracker crumbs, and this makes 12, so it should fit perfectly on my pan here. When I talk about eating the moisture, it certainly did. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to look this crab for shell pieces or what. I don't really cook with crab often, but I love it. I grew up near the coast, so yay, crab. Ugh. Oh look, a pop top. Interesting. I'm using Phillips crab. I feel like I should check this for shell pieces. I don't want to like mess it up too much. Normally I would pour this into a bowl and like feel through it with my fingers just to make sure there's no big shell pieces in there. Like I said, I don't want to break it up too much. Okay, add the crab. Check mark 2. The scallion, 1½ teaspoons of lemon zest. Scallion. I guess I have to cut all this stuff up now. Great. 1 scallion. My hands still smell like crab. Yum! Parsley. Don't really mess with parsley very often either. I feel like I do need to wash it. We're going to do that. Burn time. Okay. Need a knife. Need a knife. Okay, so it's thinly sliced. And it did not say anything about separating the whites from the greens, so I'm not going to do that. There's probably faster ways to chop, but I don't know them. Like you all know, I'm just a home cook. I like being a home cook. I have no desire to ever work in a restaurant whatsoever. Okay, the whole scallion goes in. Just toss that in my bowly bowl. The crab is in there. 1½ teaspoons of lemon zest. That's about a quarter of a tablespoon. So here's my lemon. Just zesting this bad boy. The time is 5:50. And I can smell my broiler. I feel like I'm going to need one of those little dishes that I have to put this zest into. I'm gonna have to knock the zest off here. So sorry, you guys. I'm gonna bang around a little bit. Thought I had more than one lemon in there. I guess not. They're limes. Don't know what happened to the ones I had. Someone probably put them in their water. Sounds like something my family would do. Alright. Make sure I don't get any of that pith off there so it's not crazy gross. I don't know what that is. It's black though, and I'm not putting it in my food. Alright, that's about a tablespoon of lemon zest, I think. You think? About a tablespoon? You can't even see. About a tablespoon? Yeah. We're gonna guesstimate. Okay. So this is 1.5 teaspoons. That's about a teaspoon. That's about a half. Into the bowl it goes. Half of the parsley. I am going to need that cup because I got to get the lemon zest off my board. And of course that's going to be mixed with the mayonnaise here in just a little bit. Going everywhere. Don't care. Alright, how much of this parsley? 1/4 cup. That should make us about 1/4 cup. I hope. Just chopping it up, chopping it up. Don't really work with parsley either, so this is new to me too. I was just going to use dried parsley, but then I was like, well, fresh parsley. Okay, I guess so, since you guys said it. I'll use it. I think that's going to be a bit more than 1/4 cup. Looks like almost a whole cup. So I am actually going to go out brought it with me. I have my 1/4 cup measuring cup and I'm going to measure this out because, yikes. Okay. 1/4 cup. I know it's a liquid measure. I was right, that's about a cup. Yuck. Now it's all over my hands too. I gotta put this down my sink, hang on. I'm not going to worry about making sure that's super clean because parsley's going in everything. So it said about half of this. Okay. That looks like about half to me. How about you? Half in. They couldn't find any flat parsley, so curly is what you get. Alright. Take what I can get during this pandemic, yo. Half the parsley and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I have a pepper grinder. I'm not really sure how much pepper that is, but I assume it's a pretty good amount. I was wrong, by the way. It did say pepper. Okay, I'm still wondering about the salt, though. I'm wondering if they're counting all those crackers to be salty enough. And toss to combine. I'm mixing it. There's no way those crackers were going to be tossed. Looks like it might stick together. I think the cracker crumbs should have been processed a whole lot more smoothly. But they did pick up a lot of that moisture and kind of became like breadcrumbs. Whatever. Let me put that down in there. Alright, just going to get in there with my hands and mix it around a little bit. Just to distribute the saltines a bit better. Now I'm going to show you. Looks like this. Nice, eh? Okay, now these make, it said make 1.5-inch crab cakes. That are about 1/2 inch thick. Because they're mini crab cakes. Hope that's about 1.5 inches. That's about 2 inches. Okay. Just gonna make these up. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm done forming the crab cakes, and I will show you what they look like as soon as I get this mess off my hands. It's 6 o'clock on the button. Alright, crab cakes look like this. It did make 12. They're not all exactly the same size, but it is what it is. 86 this knife because it's got green crap all over it, and it said a thin pat of butter. Think that's thin enough? Well, I hope so. And I hope this doesn't run all underneath my silicone mat here, because that will make me mad. Then I will be washing dishes. Which we all know I hate to do. Okay, all the crab cakes are covered in butter. Seems like a lot of butter, but who am I to judge? I like butter. What the hell? Alright. This says 4 to 6 minutes, so we're going to go with 5. It is 6:03. We'll test them after 6. Okay. In a small bowl, mix together the mayonnaise, the lemon juice, the capers, and the remaining lemon zest and parsley. Serve with the crab cakes. Smaller bowl. How much lemon juice was it? A tablespoon. Got my trusty little juicer here. I just need 1 tablespoon. Had it sitting backward. Yep, that's a tablespoon. Whoop, tablespoon of lemon juice. And mayonnaise. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and the rest of the parsley, since that is my mayonnaise cup. I'm just gonna swoosh that out. Get rid of that. And get my little bitty one. I have this olive oil with mayo. Love it. It's one of my favorite mayonnaises. Or sorry, mayonnaise with olive oil. Okay. That's probably good. It was very close. Lemon juice, capers, which I have not chopped yet. Tablespoon of capers. There we go. Well, that's no fun. Capers kind of taste like pickles, like dill pickles. Alright, there's a tablespoon of capers. I did not rinse them. Imported capers. I will rinse them and then I will chop them. They came in liquid. Jeez, man. They're very soft though. They're not like hard beans or anything. So we're just gonna chop those bad boys up. Capers. Kind of trying to hurry just a little bit so it doesn't seem like I'm dinking around to make the recipe longer than it is. I smell something burning. I sure hope it's not the butter. Put butter directly under a broiler. I did set my rack to the top kind of, but it's on the third rack down. So we shall see. I think I'm done with that. Oh, lemon juice, capers, and remaining lemon zest. Mix to combine and serve with the crab cakes. I'm tasting it. You know I am. Fixing to get a little bowl, a little spoon out, and fixing to pop a bite in my mouth because I want to know what it tastes like. Wow, that is super duper tart. I feel like there's too much lemon in it. Woo! Definitely makes my mouth. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Holy moly. Okay. Now I'm going to throw together some broccoli slaw for the fam. Because those are still baking. Baking. I cannot do a mess. Didn't actually use that, so putting those over here. Okay, I need a bowl. Oh, I got a bowl. Sounds like those are done. They're not quite brown yet. I'm going to leave them in there for another minute. And I just have this pre-made broccoli slaw from the store. And I'm going to throw some Miracle Whip. A little Greek yogurt. And some of that mayonnaise in there. This is to just help the creaminess. This is light Miracle Whip. I like to save on some fat too. But then I bring in the flavor. And I am going to throw a little salt on top. And that is beeping at me once again. Boom, baby. And now they look done. They are brown and pretty. Gotta shut that thing up and turn my broiler off. Crab cakes look like this. Very nice. I'm gonna just let those chill right there and cool for a minute. So 6:10. They were pretty close with the 30 minutes. I'm impressed. As with any slaw, broccoli, cabbage, or otherwise, I am going to put a touch of sugar in here and a little bit of red wine vinegar. So I will mix this up, get those on a plate, and I will be with you guys in just a minute. Okay, you guys, here I am. Plate full of food. Yum, yum. before I dive into those crab cakes, I am going to try my broccoli salad. I did take a small bite of it, and then I had to add more salt, so I want to see what it tastes like now. Okay. So, to my broccoli slaw, I added about 1/8 of a cup of mayonnaise, like light Miracle Whip, 1/8 of a cup of Greek yogurt, maybe 1/4 cup, and then about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil mayo. And then I added salt, pepper, a little bit of salt, like maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, and then a couple of good slugs of red wine vinegar. It's fantastic. Now let's get into these crab cakes. I'm dying to taste these things. I never did look at the bottom. They look pretty done. Just gonna pull it apart, get a little bit of that sauce, put on there. I'm really tasting the crab. That's something that I really like when I get a crab cake, is really being able to taste the crab. And I'm gonna take a bite without that sauce because the lemon's kind of overpowering. I can taste the scallion and the crab, and everything else is just kind of lost in there. I don't know why I went through all the trouble to put all that stuff in there. It needs salt. I'm not gonna lie. The crackers weren't enough. The sauce does help. Even though it kind of obliterates the taste of the crab. The sauce does help. So definitely slather those bad boys in sauce. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe so I get to see you again next week. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry. We can try again next week, right? Maybe we'll bake or cook one of my recipes. I'll link to this recipe down in the description of the video. Make sure you check out my corn cookies video because it's really delicious. I gave away some corn jelly for that too. And if you're interested in new and interesting foods, you may want to give it a shot. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time.